It is a very good evening to you. My name is Marissa Marinda and you are watching Newsplus. Let's get straight into tonight's headlines. President Emmerson Mnangagwa has called on the Revolutionary Party to implement resolutions to uplift the lives of citizens. That story and more coming up right here on Newsplus. President Mnangagwa has made a cabinet reshuffle, reassigning 3 ministers with immediate effect. We give you the details of who the ministers are and their new portfolios. Zimbabwe's public entities will now be required to transact through the electronic government procurement program. Chevron's captain Sikandar Raza has reclaimed the #1 spot in the ICC men's T20I all-rounders rankings. We give you more on that in sport. And now for the news in greater detail. President Emmerson Mnangagwa, who is also ZANU-PF First Secretary, has called on the Revolutionary Party to implement resolutions designed to uplift the lives of citizens while planning for prosperity beyond electoral timelines. The president was addressing the party's Politburo strategic seminar that was held at Heritage Village in Harare today. Our reporter Ibn Mabunda filed this report.
Now, the First Secretary of ZANU-PF and President, Dr. Emmerson Mnangagwa, presided over a ZANU-PF Politburo strategic seminar held in the capital, where he implored party leadership to be futuristic in their approach and plan for posterity. The 2-day strategic meeting, which commenced on Wednesday, brings together Politburo members and their deputies to deliberate on key party policies and translate broad policy direction into concrete programs with clear timelines and monitoring mechanisms. President Mnangagwa said it was high time that party members were preoccupied with improving the quality of ordinary people rather than with elections.
Strategic seminar workshop should be understood as a fundamental intervention to sharpen our capacity in the discharge of our duties. Let us envision the ZANU-PF we want for both the present and the future.
The president underscored the importance of safeguarding the party's ideology, describing it as the lifeblood of the revolutionary movement. He urged the Politburo to remain vigilant against indiscipline and retrogressive tendencies that may weaken party structures.
We are obligated to provide clear oversight, guidance and leadership in fighting corruption in both the public and private sectors. ZANU-PF should boldly promote the consistent implementation of resolutions on anti-corruption, strengthen accountability and transparency mechanisms.
The president also challenged party leaders to demonstrate integrity, humility and patriotism while strengthening internal governance and enforcing discipline. He emphasized the link between the party constitution and the national constitution, calling on members to plan for the future of the party.
As a revolutionary party, we must plan beyond electoral cycles, we must plan for posterity, we must plan as a party that shall be there forever. ZANU-PF is a party for the future.
The seminar for ZANU-PF Politburo members will run for 2 days and will focus on different thematic areas that provide impetus to the party and the government's strategic direction. Several presentations from different facilitators on an array of thematic areas will be presented during the seminar. Ibn Mabunda, ZTN Prime in Harare.
We now speak to political analyst Gibson Nyikadzino for insights. Good evening, Gibson. Now, this seminar is an unconventional way to start the year. Why now?
Thank you for the pertinent question. I think it is not just a seminar in general. This is a strategic seminar. And when we are looking at a strategic seminar, from this point of view, I think ZANU-PF is working hard in trying to align its political goals, political objectives as a party, and also streamlining them in terms of how they can feed into government policy, especially with the thrust of making Zimbabwe an upper middle income economy by 2030. So in as much as this a strategic seminar is coming out, it is giving a direction on how party resources, party ideology, and party functionality and other functionaries in the party should work towards achieving these set goals by the party.
Right. The president called for a futuristic perspective to party leadership. Why is this important?
From a strategic point of view, you apply all your strategies and see if they work, especially when we are in a peacetime. So this is the time to create the ground when there is no political commotion that is huge in the country, and there is no critical aspect in terms of voice of opposition. So it is more of a peacetime. So ZANU-PF is trying to plan for the future in a peacetime, so that when political competition comes at any moment where the election is happening, it already has a base and a foundation to ensure that its plans, its objectives, and its goals are met. So this in essence is what the party is thinking of doing in order to manage political competition at a time when anything happens in the country.
Thank you so much, Gibson, for your insights. Now, in news just received, President Emmerson Mnangagwa has reassigned 3 cabinet ministers with immediate effect. In a statement, a chief secretary to the president and cabinet, Dr. Martin Rushwaya, said Dr. Jenfan Muswere, who was the Minister of Information, has been reassigned to the Ministry of Skills Audit and Development, while Professor Paul Mavima, who was the Minister of Skills Audit and Development, has been handed the National Housing and Social Amenities Ministry. Dr. Jemusoda is now the new Minister of Information, moving from National Housing and Social Amenities. Moving on to our next story, Zimbabwe is considering culling to manage the growing elephant population, which has exceeded carrying capacity and is leading to a rise in human-wildlife conflict. Environment and Tourism Minister Evelyn Ndlovu told journalists this morning when she met Zambian Ambassador to Zimbabwe, Wilson Tembo, that they are exploring ways to manage the elephant population between the two sister nations.
Zimbabwe and Zambia have committed to collaborating on wildlife management following dangers being posed by the growing elephant population. Elephants move freely between Zimbabwe and Zambia, causing destruction and death, resulting in authorities seeking solutions.
That we need to cull these animals, control the numbers to reduce the human-wildlife conflict that is happening in the region.
The Zambian ambassador said collaboration between the two countries has become critical owing to the increasing number of elephants.
Just issues to do with the human-animal, conflicts that happen between our two countries when these animals, especially the elephants, which normally cross either side.
In 2025, Zimbabwe hosted the SADC Transfrontier Conservation Areas Summit, reinforcing joint biodiversity protection and community-focused conservation. Government says communities in conservation zones will continue to benefit through tourism and value addition projects, even as measures are taken to safeguard lives in high-risk areas.
And once the fund is in place, I'm sure we'll then be able to compensate our people and assist them during funerals and also when those that are injured, we assist them.
The engagements to reduce conflict and improve cross-border coordination between the two nations will continue as they find ways to protect both the communities and the wildlife. For ZTN Prime, I'm Faith Nyaude in Harare.
Do stay with us. Newsplus will be right back with more stories.
The Portfolio Committee on Budget, Finance and Investment Promotion will conduct 2026 nationwide post-budget consultations. The date, place, venue, and time for the consultations are as follows. All those who will be putting on military uniforms, signs of ranks, flags or badges, and political party regalia will not have access to the public hearings. The public, interested groups, and organizations are invited to attend these consultations. Written submissions and correspondences are welcome and should be addressed to the Clerk of Parliament. Attention! The Portfolio Committee on Budget, Finance and Investment Promotion, Mount Hampden, PO Box CY 298, Causeway, Harare. Submissions can also be made by email through the email address clerk@palzim.gov.zw. The Parliament of Zimbabwe, a strong, independent, people-driven, world-class parliament.
We're kicking your year off
in all her glory.
with more, because we got you.
You get it?
We got kicks, we got scores, we got action, we got roars.
It's my specialty.
We got drama, we got fun. We got more for everyone, with an upgrade on us just for you. More channels, more shows, more reasons to stay.
We got you.
DSTV, we got you all the way.
Zimbabwe has launched a $400,000 livestock climate action project aimed at reducing methane emissions in the extensive beef sector, marking a significant step towards aligning agriculture production with national climate commitments. Methane, a short-lived climate pollutant, is among the major contributors to global warming and is largely generated through livestock enteric fermentation. The project, funded by the Climate and Clean Air Coalition and implemented with technical support from the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, is running from December 2025 to December 2027. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Professor Obert Ijiri, said the livestock sector remains a key emission category that requires urgent mitigation measures.
As we launch this project today, the aim is really to say what are the things that we can introduce for the livestock sector. So it has to do with how we feed the livestock. So we'll focus on feeding regimes, we'll focus on health regimes, we'll focus on management regimes. A healthy animal means less emissions and also less contribution to climate damage. So certainly, just like we have in the livestock growth and recovery plan, we are focusing on genetics, animals that produce less of these of the methane emissions, healthier animals.
In our next story, Bindura Municipality is exploring ways to partner with Geopomona Waste Management in a bid to modernize refuse disposal systems in their quest to attain city status. Speaking after touring Geopomona, Bindura Municipal Town Clerk Evelyn Madzire said improved waste management is a key benchmark for attaining urban status and meeting environmental standards.
So our purpose of coming here was just to see for ourselves so that we could probably partner with the Geopomona in the future. We would also want to move with this mantra for Vision 2030, so we improve also our city. I am saying a city, we are a municipality, we are also aiming for city status. That's why we are coming here, so that we emulate the best.
Geopomona Waste Management Executive Chairman and Chief Executive Officer Dilesh Nguwaya said the company is ready to assist local authorities improve waste management systems. He said they will provide technical expertise and operational support to the municipality. He said the company was ready to partner other municipalities to improve refuse collection efficiency and strengthen environmental protection across the country.
Yes, with Kwekwe, we started negotiating. We are finalizing our bid, our contract. I think by end of this month, we'll finish our negotiation with the City of Kwekwe. The other authorities, there's too deliberate. There's a lot of things we need to be discussed, but we are ready to partner with them.
At least 1.5 million sanitary pads are set to be distributed to vulnerable communities this year as government steps up efforts to tackle period poverty in schools. This is a challenge that continues to force thousands of girls to miss classes every month. This was revealed during the unveiling of the Menstrual Health and Management for Resilience Network, a national platform aimed at strengthening menstrual health support in schools. Faith Nyaude has more.
For some girls, missing school isn't a choice, it's a consequence. A lack of access to sanitary wear continues to affect school attendance among adolescent girls, particularly in vulnerable communities. Education groups say some girls can lose up to 5 learning days every month due to a lack of sanitary wear. In response, the government is targeting to distribute 1.6 million reusable and disposable pads to vulnerable communities.
We would like to meet about 1,600,000 pads. This could be reusable or disposable. And also, you would not really have a number per se, a definite number per se, because it changes. Girls, they are growing up every day. But we just have to have a minimum maybe of about 1,600,000 pads.
Learners say the impact of period poverty is visible and persistent. But beyond emergency support, they also say practical skills can give girls control, dignity, and continuity in their education.
We teach them how to sew the reusable ones, right? Not just give them, because it's paralyzing human capacity, right? Especially in the rural areas. So they will just come, and then since you have introduced the girl child that you need a disposable one, it's actually exposing them to more danger because they won't go back to the old systems.
Development partners, on the other hand, say government efforts must be complemented by community-level action, training, and sustained support.
So we've partnered with the Ministry of Education and ECOSI to make sure that the siloed approach come together. We have an integrated response towards menstrual hygiene management. Working in silos does not work, especially for the girl child. We all want to ensure that every child does not miss even one.
The partnership between government and its partners is said to go a long way in addressing the problems associated with menstrual health and address the issues that continue to affect thousands of girls countrywide. For ZTN Prime, I'm Faith Nyaude in Harare.
Do stay with us, Newsplus. We'll be right back.
Every day, millions of moments travel through the air. A call home, a payment made, a lesson learned, a life saved. But behind each moment is something steady, something quiet, unseen, unshaken. powering connection, supporting lives. This is Econet Infraco, Zimbabwe's largest private infrastructure group, comprising towers, power, and real estate. We build and operate the essential systems that hold the country together with scale, certainty, and purpose. We bring together three powerful engines of progress under one roof. Towers that carry the signal, clean energy that keeps it alive, and foundations that hold it all in one place. Because behind every connection, every transaction, every step forward, there's a quiet force. Econet Infraco, built for resilience, designed for growth.
This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go!
Wherever you are, whatever your reason, it's on SuperSport all season long. Reconnect and stay connected to DSTV Compact and get the best football on us.
Zimbabwe's public procurement system is undergoing a major digital shift, with all public entities now required to transact through the electronic government procurement platform. The Procurement Regulatory Authority of Zimbabwe says the EGP system is designed to improve transparency, efficiency, and accountability in the use of public funds.
Speaking at a public procurement bidders workshop in Bulawayo, PRA's Chief Executive Officer Dr. Clever Ruswa said the digital platform promotes openness and wider participation.
The implementation of the electronic government procurement system symbolizes our government's unwavering commitment to enhancing public procurement processes.
The Ministry of Finance has reinforced the directive, warning that payments will not be processed for procurements conducted outside the EGP system, making compliance mandatory. But beyond enforcement, attention is now turning to inclusion. PRAS says micro, small and medium enterprises, which hold a significant share of Zimbabwe's economy, must not be left behind in the digital transition.
And we've also upgraded our system, that's the electronic government procurement system. So we wanted to acquaint them with some of those new features that we've been capturing and that we've been sharing with them. So what we've managed then to do ultimately is to then come to a point where we're saying we're engaging them to give them the new skills.
Through targeted training initiatives, PRAS is working to close digital literacy gaps and improve the quality and competitiveness of bids. Participants at the workshop welcomed the initiative, saying it will improve access to government tenders.
Because sometimes people might be having all the necessary documentation that is needed, but due to the lack of unknowing how to go about the whole system, it will then pose as a challenge to them. At the end of the day, they won't even be in the position to get the team or to bid for the team, or they might be disqualified because
And for some entertainment stories, Valentine's Day build-up has begun. The Friends of the Gallery, in conjunction with the Festival of Song Zimbabwe, will stage an opera night at the National Gallery of Zimbabwe this Saturday. We give you more. We apologize for that lack of sound in that one, but do stay with us. When we come back, we take a look at what's happening in the world of sport. The Mighty Warriors return to the COSAFA Women's Championship in South Africa next week, having last won the regional championship in 2011. The Nobukhosi Ncube captained side are looking to bring back the glory days. More in the following report.
The Mighty Warriors are hoping for a change of fortune when they head into battle at the COSAFA Women's Championship next week. Zimbabwe have been drawn in Group B alongside defending champions Zambia, Eswatini and Botswana, with early camp preparations expected to give them a competitive edge. The team crashed out in the group stages at the last edition and will be eager to recapture the heroics of their 2012 triumph when they lifted the trophy. They have also finished as runners-up twice to record holder South Africa in 2002 and again in 2017. This time, there is a stronger chance of progression, with teams able to advance to the semi-finals as group winners or best runners-up.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. It's a tournament, and tournaments are always difficult. So we are going just to put our best in everything, and obviously make sure we come back home with the cup or progress to the semis, at least.
The team's recent tournament performances may have fallen short of expectations, but that has only fueled the current squad's desire to set the record straight.
The girls are doing very well. The effort is coming up. We're going through our paces and everyone is giving everything that she has.
The squad features a strong local-based core, including several players who competed in last year's Four Nations tournament, with continuity expected to play a key role.
Yeah, since we've been together, I think the bond, the unity is coming up, even the tactical part and the pitch is coming up. And we last played November. It's just months away from this tournament that we are going up to. So we think the spirit and the attitude that we had the previous November, we are going to make and obviously play our best.
The Mighty Warriors head coach Sitetelwe Swanda is expected to announce a final travelling squad soon as the nation waits in hope of a return to regional glory.
Zimbabwe captain Sikandar Raza has reclaimed the #1 spot in the ICC men's T20I all-rounders rankings following his team's strong start to the T20 World Cup in Colombo. Raza starred with both bat and ball in the Zimbabwe 8-wicket win over Oman, taking 1 for 17 in 4 economical overs, later hitting the winning runs in the chase of 104 at the Sinhalese Sports Club ground on Monday. His performance lifted him 1 place to the top of the rankings, overtaking Pakistan's Saeem Ayub, who had a paltry 19 runs in his side's 1-wicket victory over the United States of America. Teammate Brian Bennett also made gains, climbing 2 spots. His teammate Brian Bennett also made gains, climbing 2 spots to a career best 19th in the T20I batter rankings after his unbeaten 48 against Oman. The 22-year-old took a world-class catch to end the Oman innings when he ran plenty to his right to complete a diving effort. Now that's all the time we have for tonight's edition of Newsplus. My name is Marissa Marinda, and we will see you again tomorrow night, same time.